of the sons of Issachar, men who understood their times with the knowledge of what Israel should do. Matthew 5:13, you are the salt of the earth. Verse 14, you are the light of the world. In both the Old Testament and New Testament, we are reminded to make a difference to this world by being salt and light in the times we are in. What kind of times are we in? We are in challenging times. War, conflict around the world, economic disruption in the financial sectors, unhappiness in the families, uncertainty for the future, tremendous stress in schools and workplaces. The convergence of this issue has led to one outcome: the rise of mental health illnesses. Every year, more than 400 people in Singapore died from suicide. There are also at least 7 incidents of suicide recorded in the Bible. In fact, the Bible shows many records of suicide ideation. You see, suicide is a human response to stop the pain in our hearts and minds. The church must be alerted to this. We must equip ourselves to help those around us, especially those beyond the church wall, so that we may fulfill our role on earth as salt and light. The fact is, mental health illness and suicide are taboo subjects, even within the church. Many find it hard to talk about these subjects, even if they are struggling with these issues. In the Christian Mental Health Survey conducted on 2023, we found that 65% of church pastors and leaders responded that the church is a safe place to talk about mental health issues. And only 38% of church staff felt equipped to help someone struggling with mental health issues. These findings reveal a concerning gap in the body of Christ to effectively engage and help people with mental health issues. What can we do about this? Allow me to share with you some pointers. 1, we must pray and allow God to guide us. Prayer must be our first recourse and not our last resort. Secondly, we need to look out for one another. We are called to love one another, so that by this the world can know that we are Christ's disciples. And loving one another means to look out for one another by caring for one another. Thirdly, we need to recognize pain is real. We must avoid giving simplistic answers. Mental pain is the worst kind of human pain. It attacks the human soul relentlessly. No amount of advice can ease the pain. Pastor Rick Warren put it very wisely. When the pain is deep, words must be few. The person does not need our advice. They need our availability. And fourthly, we need to journey with those who are hurting. We need to be brutally honest about our inability to help. Because it's really not about us or what we can do. It's about the person. Our role is to be God's healing presence in that person's life. Our role is to allow God to flow through us as we avail ourselves in His healing ministry. Our role is to check in and hear their pain. Our role is to acknowledge that their struggles are real. Our role is to connect them to God in our prayers. And sometimes it is also about referring them to trained professionals for help. And finally, we need to equip ourselves so that we can work better and help them. And God has called and equipped many wonderful healing agents for the church, such as doctors, counselors, therapists, and mental health professionals. Many of them are fellow believers waiting to be enlisted, but due to our own ignorance or bias, they've been left untapped. Start seeking them out to enlist their help. You may be surprised how willing they are. Finally, let me end with John 8:12. When Jesus spoke again to the people, He said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Being the light of the world is really not about us. It is about letting His light shine through us. It is about being a vessel yielded entirely to Him. It is all about Him.